Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're doing a deep dive into the sound of an artist whose voice, let's be honest, has defined a generation. We're going to go inside the architecture of Amy Lee's absolutely incredible instrument. Our sources kick things off with this really powerful idea that some voices do way more than just carry a melody. A voice like Amy Lee's, it creates entire atmospheres. It turns a song into a world you can actually step into. Okay, so best of all time, that is a huge claim, right? But the analysis we're about to walk through builds this really compelling case, and it's based on two things: undeniable technical mastery and just profound emotional impact. So, first things first, to really get what makes her an incredible artist, we have to understand the instrument itself. Its classification, its range, and the foundational pillars that make it so ridiculously powerful. So, Amy Lee is classified as a mezzo-soprano. Now, this is so key. It basically means her vocal sweet spot sits in a range that has this natural warmth and weight to it. It's what gives her sound that signature Gothic, kind of melancholic quality. And the sheer scale of her vocal territory, it's just immense. We're not talking a little bit of flexibility here. We're talking 3 full octaves, from these deep, resonant lows all the way up to crystal clear, soaring highs. That gives her an incredible canvas to paint on. But here's the thing, and this is what our sources really nail down. Lots of singers can hit a wide range of notes, but they often lose quality at the extremes, right? Their voice gets thin or strained. But hers, it maintains its essential character, its color, completely seamlessly, whether she's down in a whisper or soaring at the top of her range. So these are basically the 4 pillars that hold up her entire vocal powerhouse. Think of it like this. She's got this unique, crystal clear tone, and it's all powered by deep, super stable breathing. She's not straining her throat, and she uses the natural resonance in her face to project her voice without ever shouting. This is the foundation for her power and her longevity. All right, so we've got the raw instrument. Now let's get into the really cool part, how she actually builds on that with this refined technique. I mean, how does she wield this voice to create a sound that's so dramatic and powerful? This slide just lays out her toolkit perfectly. You've got the controlled power for anthems like Bring Me to Life, this seamless blend of her chest and head voice for intense tracks like Going Under, that fluid emotional connection for ballads, and then this ethereal falsetto she uses for dramatic effect. It's amazing. Okay, so our sources point to this one technique as her, secret weapon. It's called appoggio. It's a classical Italian breathing technique, and it's all about creating the steady, supported column of air that comes right from the diaphragm. This is what allows for that immense power without any tension or strain on the vocal cords. It's literally the engine behind her voice. And this is a huge deal. Why? Because in a genre like rock, where so many singers absolutely shred their voices, her technique is built for sustainability. It's built for power night after night without doing damage. But look, having all these amazing tools is one thing, right? What really matters is what you do with them. And for Amy Lee, technique is never, ever just for show. It's always in service of telling the story. And this, right here, is the absolute heart of her artistry. She doesn't use her incredible range or her crazy control just to show off. Nope. For her, every single technical choice is like a different color on her palette, and she uses it to paint this vivid, emotional landscape for all of us. Let me give you a perfect example of this from our analysis. In the song Lithium, there's a simple technical choice she makes: how and when she takes a breath. It's not just for air. It becomes this narrative device, this little tremor that signals the character's internal struggle, that line between reason and madness. And you see this pattern everywhere in her music. It's never just a sound, it's a story. Those smooth, connected notes in My Immortal, they feel like a haunting memory floating by. The power in Bring Me to Life isn't just loud. It's an explosion of feeling. It's catharsis. The focused intensity of Going Under is a declaration of strength. Every sound has a purpose. So you take this incredible technical skill, you fuse it with this raw emotional soul, and where does that put her? Where does she actually fit in the pantheon of the greats? Well, let's see what the comparison shows. This is so interesting. When you actually line her up next to other vocal legends, you start to see her unique lane really clearly. See, she doesn't just occupy one space. She's actually building a bridge between the precision of classical and operatic singing and the raw emotional power of modern rock. And that fusion is her signature. That's the whole thing. She embodies both the discipline of a classically trained musician and the unfiltered, honest vulnerability of a storyteller for our times. Wow. Our source material offers this just beautiful, poetic summary. Her voice is a cathedral built on a wound. I mean, that perfectly captures how she takes these themes of pain and loss and struggle, and through her voice, transforms them into something monumental, something beautiful, and something that endures. And that really brings us to our final thought. After you break down all the science, all the technique, what is it that really makes a voice timeless? Maybe it isn't just one thing or the other. Maybe it's that rare, perfect alchemy of masterful control and undeniable resonant truth.